Necessary. Welcome back into the Clay Edwards Show. This segment is going to be brought to you by Raymond Farmers Market. Get out there tonight. I believe what is today? Wednesday yet. The regular menu today, open for lunch and dinner. You can get one of their great burgers, sandwiches, or fresh made from scratch side dishes or appetizers. Fried green tomatoes, fried pickles, hand battered onion rings. It's all hand battered and all genuine. Mississippi. Don't forget to join them. Thursday is barbecue night. Friday is catfish night, locally sourced right there in Yazoo City from Simmons Farms. And, of course, Saturday, the main event, steak night. And they got the 3-pound tomahawk, big enough to feed 3-pound ribeye, as well as if you want something a little smaller, a little more consumable for one person, they got a 10-ounce filet and a 16-ounce ribeye available also. And, hey, I believe as far as the regular menu goes, they have a ribeye steak sandwich available every day. And, of course, also a farmer's market. If you want to get your steak and go back home and cook it yourself, that is an option out there at Raymond Farmers Market. You can check them out online at raymondfarmersmarket.com. And on Facebook, just search Raymond Farmers Market. I ran into a couple people over the last few days that got out there and tried a steak and had nothing but great things to say about it. And, of course, I've been out there and eaten too, and I have nothing but great things to say about it. So get out there, support Raymond Farmers Market. Okay. Let's go. Let's jump on some text real quick. There was a wreck, by the way, as I was coming in this morning. If you're coming I-20, let's see here. If you're coming I-20 east and you take the 220 north merge, there's a wreck right there. Right there at the interchange of the 220 interchange. If you're getting ready to go I-20 north. It's going to affect it going both directions, coming I-20 east and I-20 west if you're going to merge there. There's a fire truck that had a lane blocked the way I was coming from Brandon, but the wreck was in the other direction if you were coming from Clinton. So it may be cleared up by now, but it didn't look like it was going to be cleared up anytime soon. Also, somebody texted in and did tell me that the football player from Brandon that passed away had also just moved there from Pearl. So condolences to his and prayers for his Pearl football friends and family as well. So let's see here. We got a few more texts on the Guns and Gear text line. Let's see. Hey, Clay, this is Jason. I couldn't hold on the break. I'm about to pick up a ride, but is there some type of class action lawsuit that the residents of Jackson could put together and sue the city of Jackson? I don't know. Is there an attorney that's willing to do a class action lawsuit pro bono? You would think we really need recall elections in Mississippi. I truly believe we need recall elections in Mississippi. Let's see here. There's been another wreck. This is the second one I've got on this. Appreciate Scott sending this in. Pretty bad wreck on I-55 at the Waterworks curve. And somehow or another, a vehicle has ended up in between the two concrete barriers in the middle of the road, sideways. Have y'all ever seen those? Remember that Austin Powers scene where they're in the tunnel driving that little vehicle and they try to back it up and it gets completely wedged perfectly in between, sideways? Like the walls had to be built around it to get it to fit that good. That's what this wreck looks like. So there's going to be delays in the Waterworks curve as well. So I would say normally just get off and go through downtown Jackson, but that could be life or death. You may just want to wait it out on 55. You really may. Also, I want to clean up one comment from my last segment. I was talking about 911 in the Capital City Improvement District. That wasn't a knock at the Capital City Improvement, Capitol Police. That was a knock at city leadership punting the ball to the Capital City Improvement District when 911 calls. You should never tell a citizen that calls 911 in a city that they pay taxes in, here's the number to the police in your area. They have joint jurisdiction there for now. They can both respond to 911 calls. You're playing with people's lives. You're playing with people's lives. Just want to throw that out there. Chockway is playing with y'all's lives. If you live in Jackson, especially you white voters that gave Chockway your sympathy vote over there in Belhaven, Fondren, in that area, This is the chickens coming home to roost. I told y'all he was a racist and does not like y'all. But you didn't listen to nobody. You listening now. Your ears are wide open now, aren't they? All right, let's jump into this story here before the next break. I did a video about this yesterday. It got about 200,000 views. People seem to be very interested in this. So, we talked a lot yesterday when we had Nick McClendon with Richland, the chief there at the Richland Police Department down 49 there, about hot pursuits and police and coming into Jackson and all that stuff. I know Kim talked about this on his show yesterday some too, but it's just too good. I got to hit this. This is from WLBT. Are hot pursuits constitutional? The city of Jackson is going to court to find out. WLBT. The constitutionality of high-speed police pursuits could soon be determined in court. Tuesday, the Jackson City Council voted 6-1 to file a lawsuit to determine whether the blanket authority allowing hot pursuits is protected under the 14th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. The council also approved a resolution to ask the state of Mississippi, the Mississippi State Legislature, to draft and enact uniform guidelines governing the chases, which have led to numerous deaths and injuries in the capital city. The council's actions come days after a high-speed police chase that began outside the city limits ended in the capital city, but only after it claimed the life of a postman working in a Jackson neighborhood. And then there was another one that ended in a wreck, but not coming from Lakeland Drive. I heard a rumor. So the Flowwood, I'm bouncing around here just a little bit, that the chase that happened a few days later coming from Flowwood down Lakeland Drive, it ended in a wreck there. We put the video on Save Jackson, but I heard a rumor. So the police chief out in Flowwood got suspended for a week. And this is rumor. I hate bringing rumor to radio, but I think this is worth mentioning. They said that the mayor suspended the police chief because apparently the chase passed by his wife and daughter en route, and they got scared. She called, complained to him, and he went and raised a bunch of hell and all that. If that's true, that is disgusting. I mean, look, I'd hate for my family to get blown by, in a police chase. I mean, look, it can happen to anybody. But that ain't right. That ain't right. That's messed up. Anyway, so just a little food for thought there. It'll be interesting to see how all that comes out, because I've heard a lot of rumors about what's going on out there concerning that, and that being the main one. Doesn't look good. It's a bad look. We'll just say that. So, anyway, Jackson loves their criminals. Absolutely loves their criminals. The fact that they are going to try to sue to stop high-speed pursuits is mind-boggling. It is a tragedy when people get killed, when innocent people get killed in traffic stops, in high-speed pursuits that aren't involved in the high-speed pursuits. But sadly, people die in car wrecks every day that are other people's faults. When we trade, what's the saying? When we trade freedom for safety, we deserve neither. And that's kind of the same thing here, man. Nobody likes to hear it. But it's just life. I hate to steal another quote, say the same quote twice. It's life in the big city. These things are going to happen. And it sucks, man. And I know as much as I've talked about it here, it's probably going to end up happening to me or a family member, unfortunately. Because that's just the way karma and life works. But that's life. You still can't quit fighting criminals. I'm sorry. That is going to be that's one of my hills to die on. You have to pursue criminals. Otherwise, they talk about this modern technology. We have crime fighting technology nowadays. Stokes said that. Well, why isn't that working in Jackson? Y'all had 20 carjackings, dang near. 20 carjackings over the weekend. Where's the arrest? Where's this digital, virtual, futuristic technology, crime-fighting technology that's catching the criminals that are doing this. So we're supposed to assume that you're going to use that same technology that you can't even catch doing 20 carjackings in Jackson over the weekend to catch high-speed pursuits coming from another area? I just don't believe it. There's no proof. There's no proof in the pudding. So if somebody actually wants to come in and do a pursuit, you got to let it ride out. I mean, they're going to lose this. I mean, the city of Jackson's going to lose. There's going to be more money wasted. They could have gone to something like, I don't know, you're drinking water, paying police. How many police salaries could they have paid with the money they've wasted on just, say, the garbage lawsuit from the mayor's office? Or how much money they're going to waste with this lawsuit? Or how much money they wasted going to consulting firms to tell them that the zoo, to finally get the answer they wanted on the zoo, to keep it where it is. You know, how much money have they wasted that could have gone to law enforcement? Because your tax base is going to steadily erode if you have crime. None of this is going to matter if people who pay taxes, property taxes and sales tax, business owners, don't want to be here. You know, I heard a story the other day from a very credible source. I got to take a break after I say this. From a very credible source that some real deal, very prominent local developers, business owners, business leaders went to the mayor and had a meeting with him back during the last water situation. And he told them, why haven't y'all brought me a Topgolf yet? This is before it was announced in Madison. They're trying to figure out what the city's going to do about water. And he's mad at them because they haven't brought him a Topgolf. That's what you got in Jackson, guys. Mayor's more worried about getting a Topgolf than you having safe drinking water or 911 answering your phone calls. You're listening to The Clay Edwards Show. We'll be right back on 103.9 WYAB.
Thanks for listening. Tune in tomorrow at 7 a.m. as The Clay Edwards Show discusses all that is going on in and around the city of Jackson.
This concludes our broadcast day.
Right here on 103.9 WYAB.